Chapter 1. A perfect summer day. The sun hung high, its golden rays pressing against his skin as he ran through the backyard, laughter spilling from his lungs. His brother chased after him, their gaze shifting between tag and whatever new adventure their minds conjured up. The grass, warm and slightly damp, cushioned their bare feet with each step. Above them, the sky stretched endlessly, a deep blue with only a handful of clouds scattered and wispy, like quiet observers of their day. Time passed without notice, the hours folding into one another, swallowed by the simple joys of childhood. Evening crept in slowly, the sky heaved into hues of amber and violet, cicadas humming in rhythmic waves. Elias barely noticed when his mother called for him. "Boys, time to come in," only realizing how late it was when the air cooled just enough to make him shiver. Inside, warmth greeted him, once more the soft glow of lamps, the faint scent of dinner lingering in the air. His mother smiled as she pulled him close, pressing a gentle kiss to his forehead. His father ruffled his hair too slowly, the gesture lingering for a beat longer than it should. Elias blinked. Had his father always done it that way? "Time for bed, Elias," his mother whispered, guiding him toward his room. His bed welcomed him, the blankets stuck around his small frame. Another kiss, another good night. Then silence. Then sleep. And for just a moment before the darkness took him, the cicadas stopped. Chapter 2. Midnight. He stood on the sidewalk, staring at his house motionless. Why was he just watching it? The summer night trapped around him, thick and warm, carrying the scent of maple leaves. The wind passed by, rustling the branches gently. The leaves glowed a vibrant green under the street lights. Too vivid. Was it just the lights, or was something wrong? His bare feet pressed against the grooved concrete, rough and cool beneath his toes. A flicker of confusion passed through him. Why don't I have shoes on? Why am I only wearing shorts? The street hummed, soft at first, then heavier, vibrating through his chest. The stars shimmered, blurred. A shadow descended. Then he felt it, an unnatural hum thrumming through the air. His breath hitched, his pulse quickened. A ship, bent on the bottom, an inverted saucer on the top, with a small lip, a shape that didn't belong, like it had slipped into his world by mistake. Then the light. Red, alive, moving. It moved like a rope, free and fluid, bending and shifting as if hunting. It twined toward him, curling, adjusting, then enveloping. He felt nothing. No weight, no pull, just motion, floating. Then bam, darkness. His eyes snapped open, breath sharp, heart pounding, the memory fresh, crisp as if it had just happened. A dream. It had to be. Chapter 3. The nagging feeling. Elias lived his life. He had friends. He finished school. He fell in love, went to college, found purpose in his career, built a life that should have felt real. But something had always been missing. He was disconnected, his body moved through the motions. His mind followed the script. But beneath it all, he was elsewhere. The stars called to him, the clouds fascinated him. He watched the sky with an unshakable hunger, searching for something even he couldn't name. And always the dream. That damn dream. It never faded. It lurked behind his thoughts, stitched into every memory, every quiet moment. He never told anyone, never whispered a single word of it. Because it was just a dream, right? Of course. Elias progressively seemed to come apart. Seeing long past pets walk by, hearing a whisper. Am I losing it? Elias thought. A song on the radio looping 2 seconds back as if nothing was off. A stranger waving at him twice the second time. Slightly off, like a corrupted replay. The sky blinking just once, not in darkness, but in existence itself. Elias would shake his head, laugh it off, push it away. But some nights when he lay in bed, That hum would creep in again. The same hum from that night. Soft, constant, pressing beneath the silence. He ignored it. He had to. Because if he acknowledged it, if he truly listened, it might never let him go. Chapter 4 Trance. He sat at his computer, fingers idly scrolling, wasting time to end the day. As he always did. The monotony of everyday life blurred around him until something shifted. A trance. He was there. The room encased him, smooth, round, impossibly seamless. If there are floors, this is the first he thought. Its surface gleamed like brushed metal, but not quite steel. It had a polished, liquid-like quality, as if it had never been forged, only formed. He turned, and for the first time, he saw the craft. A massive ring almost the size of a basketball curved around the ship's outer shell. It wasn't rigid. It pulsed, its surface flowing, almost alive. Arch-like structures extended outward, smooth, organic in form. And in the center, a bell. Why a bell? It rested within the ship's core, untouchable, guarded by a low, ankle-height barrier. Yet, something clicked in his mind. The message. It had come to him a week before, unspoken, unseen but understood. The ring, the torus, was filled with a substance like mercury, spinning at impossible speeds, churning with unseen forces. This was not merely power for breaking free of gravity. It was something deeper, something else. It produced some kind of electrical energy that flowed through the whole ship. He grasped at the knowledge slipping through his mind. The ship wasn't built in pieces. It was one entity, one singular form. The spinning liquid wasn't just propulsion, it was the key. Magnets? A force existed at the top and bottom, pushing and pulling in equilibrium. Once gravity released its hold, movement wasn't confined, it was fluid. Free. Up and down weren't barriers, they were choices. The bell. It worked with the mercury substance. Once gravity was no longer an issue, the smallest movement along the bell's vertical axis would produce massive effects. He felt it. Not just the function, the purpose. But what was it really for? His thoughts faltered. He couldn't explain it. Not fully. And in the blink of an eye, Elias snapped out of it. He exhaled sharply, his pulse still uneven. What was that? He thought. Why do I know this? This is nonsense. Just my mind being over-imaginative. He pushed it to the side, never saying a word. Chapter 5 The Breakdown. The day felt normal. At least, it should have. The sun stretched over the horizon, casting its golden glow across the world. Elias blinked against its brightness. Too sharp, too intense, like the color had been dialed up beyond reason. It was always like this. Everything felt normal, yet nothing truly was. A conversation with a coworker repeated. Not entirely, just a few words. The phrasing slightly altered, like a glitch in a looping simulation. The air smelled of rain, but there were no clouds. A child laughed in the distance. Then again, exactly the same, as if someone had rewound the sound and played it back. Elias stopped in the middle of the street, his breath slow, controlled. He forced himself to focus, to grab hold of the world around him, make it make sense. This was real, right? His hands hovered before him. He flexed his fingers, watching his movements carefully. They responded like they always had. But the texture of his skin, something about it was wrong. His fingertips brushed against his palm. Nothing, no sensation. Something was slipping. Something was breaking. That night he stared at the ceiling, the dim glow of the street lamp outside tracing faint lines across his bedroom walls. The silence pressed against him to deep, to absolute. For 30 years he had lived this life, and yet the dream never faded. It lurked behind everything he did, stitched into his memories. A dream shouldn't feel this real. Then it started. The walls bent, not physically, but in perception. His mind twisted around them, unable to process their shape. The floor tilted, but he remained still, as if gravity had forgotten to apply its force. The hum returned, the same hum from that night. Low, constant, reaching through time. Elias grabbed his head. He tried to sit up, but his body hesitated, locked in place, frozen between worlds. The dream was coming back. No, not a dream. A memory. He closed his eyes, trying to force himself into sleep. Maybe rest would ground him, pull him back into something real. The edges became smooth. The hallway lit up with a soft, blue hue, its glow pulsing gently, almost breathing. And then the shadows. 2 figures stretched along the walls, almost human. Their legs and arms narrow, elongated. Their heads larger, slightly tilted, watching, staring.
Elias, time to wake up.